Hey, what we doing, Deion?
Hey man, we just gonna trust in the Lord and lean out on our own understanding.
Okay. I'm a jet lean nut. 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 Can they say that? I'm a
We
jet
gonna do
lean
it
nut.
anyway.
Like for real? I'm a jet lean nut. I'm a jet lean nut. I don't understand it perfect. I trust in the Lord, purpose. Watch me clean detergent. Greatest show on earth, circus.
Coming in hot like a furnace, preaching the word like Sunday service. Gotta pay the price of perfect purchase. Lean out podcast always working.
I'm a jet lean nut. I'm a jet lean nut. I'm a jet lean nut. Hey, make sure you like, share, I'm a jet lean subscribe, I'm a jet lean nut. You still listening to the intro, but you ain't press the button yet. Go ahead and do that now. Thank you.
I know how I felt when I felt like nobody was paying attention to my stuff. You gotta be confident in yourself enough to say, me showing love to, you know what I'm saying, a No Big Deal, a Miles Minute, a 1K Few, that, and because that they having great moments right now, that don't make me irrelevant. It's just their turn.
That keeps you relevant.
Right. That actually keeps you relevant.
Exactly. That was it. It's just their turn now.
Yeah.
At one point in time, I was new. And I had a lot of attention on me, and I had all of that. For me, what I get love out, what makes me feel good is when they say, "Man, bro, big bro, I watched this and this, and I built off of that," and that's that. To me, that's my flowers. When they say, "Man, I remember listening to you in high school, and like, bro, I used to listen to all your records, and now I'm taking and doing it." It's like, man, that's me transitioning to coach. So then now I can create an open door to be like, yo, hit me up if you got questions, like if there's anything I can help you with. So now I'm transitioning to coach, giving some game here, this, that, and the third. And then you just start seeing it. You know, like people start sending you their albums and saying, hey man, check this out. Tell me what you think about this. You know, but a lot of times people don't have the respect for that. Man, I respect that when somebody, you know what I'm saying? When somebody send me their album and want my opinion on it, because that's how you know you relevant. It don't matter if I'm relevant to a bunch of children. It's like I'm influencing the influencers now. You know what I'm saying?
That what it's about. That what it's about. So what do you tell like the young dudes coming up? You know what I'm saying? Having your OG status. What's the number one thing that you would tell artists? You know what I'm saying? You just mentioned some artists. But what's the thing that you tell them?
I would definitely say one, consistency.
Okay.
You got to be consistent, because I mean, you're not gonna know what this gonna look like 10, 15 years down the road.
Man, what?
But what you can guarantee is that if you continue to work towards something, you put 10,000 hours, 100,000 hours, like you put so many hours into it over time, it's gonna build itself out anyway. But if you stop because you don't see the results you're looking for, then you never gonna get the results you're looking for because you stopped. So I would just say one, consistency it always outdoes or always outshines the person who's just like, okay, I'm gonna do this one time and blow up and go viral. That go viral moment is cool, but you can't bank on that every time.
Viral
You know what I'm saying?
don't matter no more. But
Yeah, it's just like
viral, bro. You can go viral and never go viral again.
That's
like,
what I'm saying, and that's
like,
why that's what consistency comes in. Because it's like if you go viral one time, it's like an artist pulling out one song and he like a one hitter. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just one hit wonder. But then if you got an artist who's constantly putting out music and he's constantly in front of his audience, constantly engaging, then that one hit don't matter. Like he living off of all his records. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just like the one that everybody know him for. It's like, let me try to remake this one record over again. It's like, no, just be consistent with your audience over time. Just be consistent. So I would say just consistency wins everything,
Yeah, I would say I would only add at being consistent with people, with fans. Like a lot of times I feel like young rappers are rapping to entertain other rappers, and it's like that ain't gonna get you nothing.
they can just go critique you.
Right?
They barely gonna listen to your music anyway.
Bro, because they competing with you.
Yeah,
they not buying no merch.
Yeah,
they not listening. You trying to you trying to impress this nigga over here. Well, can I say that, man?
Yeah.
Well, sorry. You trying to impress this? Sorry.
You can't say nigga on the Christian station, bro.
You trying to impress this? You trying to?
That's two of them.
All right, yeah, cut it off. All right. So you trying to look? My bad. You trying to impress this guy over here, You trying to impress this guy over here. You trying to impress this guy over here. And he ain't buying no merch.
Yeah.
He don't care about what you doing.
What he gonna say? He gonna tell you, bro, keep going.
But he may not even say that because he
I
in
like
competition with you. Depending on his ego, he might leave you on red, whatever.
Yeah.
But you got a dude, you got a guy or a girl in your DMs every week. That's like, I love your music. You watching her post it to your stories.
And they
That's
say nothing.
That's the person you should be talking to.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's posting your music to their stories all the time. I think a lot of artists, it's not the fact that people sleeping on you. It's just you're trying to prove yourself to people that don't care about you as opposed to serving the people that do.
That's good.
Like, serve the fans, bro. Serve the people that care about you. The ones that...
Which is the bait. That's the bait.
That's the point.
That's the point.
That's the point of it all. Yeah. But you want, because of your ego, you want to be accepted in a certain cliques or certain people, and you want them to pat you on your back and say, "Good job, brother. You're a great rapper." Bro, that's not how careers are built. Careers are built off of the everyday person that's going to the barbershop, that's being like, "Man, I'm finna put this Derek Minor on before I get to the shop." Or when I just got out the shop, man, I'm gonna put this Derek Minor on. I'm feeling right. You know what I'm saying? Or, man, you know what? Man, I'm not feeling it, man. I'm feeling like, man, I need some motivation. Let me throw that Canon Eagles record on. Yeah. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's that. And sometimes our fans are rappers, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, because rap is a very inclusive genre. But sometimes it just be basic people that just work regular jobs and you get to tell their story. You don't put no effort in building them up.
Yeah.
But you just gonna frustrate yourself over and over because this dude ain't gonna give you a feature. What's wrong with you,
They ain't gonna post it.
They ain't gonna post it. They ain't gonna share it. No, they not. Because they posting their music.
No cap.
I got my own music proposal.
I gotta put out 30 posts this week.
My album just dropped. You want me to worry about your single?
Right. You know what I mean?
Like, bro, this is my third single this month.
Right.
You want me to post 4 or 5 times on this one single, and I got 4 or 5 coming.
Exactly.
But so I do got a question, because this is I always kind of baffles me, and this is y'all's Christian rappers. I'm not in the situation, but why don't Christian rappers actually show other Christian rappers more? Because this is the thing.
Show.
Like promote. Like, these be your homies.
Support,
like, y'all
support.
Yeah, like support. Shit, post a story. Like, your homie drop an album.
You know the answer to
I feel like we just answered the question though.
You know the
like,
answer to
because
I don't, because this thing, I be in my opinion, I get to post everybody. Like, I'm the most loving. I'm sharing everything you got on my whole story. Everybody who's dropped is on there.
Bruh,
but for Christian rappers, y'all feel like y'all can't. Why?
It's ego,
it's
bro.
a rap race.
No, don't say y'all.
Don't
say y'all.
I'm posting my homies.
Bro, I post people that's not my homies that I'm just like, bro, this mug going crazy. If you go through my stories, I'll be like, yo, this mug is
I posted on stories.
I'll post it on stories.
But I think it just depends on how you do it. Like, for example, like that's like you said, you do it on the stories. I know it's gonna be like a 24-hour post or whatever. And I might post several things in 24 hours. I'm not gonna put it on my grid though.
I feel that.
And if I do, it's gonna be the homies. Like, if I post it on my grid, it's gonna be like, all right, I'm posting Derek.
You know, fact.
I'm different. I'll post it on the grid if I like it enough. Like,
that's hard.
If I like something enough, like, I look at my grid now. I didn't always look at it like this, but I look at my grid now as these are the things that I'm into.
This is me.
Yeah. Like, I'm either posting my music, which I made, or I'm posting stuff that I'm like, I saw this video, I thought it was funny, I think you might find it funny too.
Yeah.
Like, or I posted this song, I saw this song, it inspired me, I think it might inspire you. But that's not a common marketing strategy for people, you know, because most people gonna tell you, you gotta niche down, only post your music, only this and that. I don't really treat social media like that. I tried it. I was bored after the first month and a half. Cause I got tired of seeing myself on my grid. I'm sick of me, bro. I'm sick of seeing
me again.
Me, you know what I'm saying? Like that, but that is the strategy, which is
that's a good point.
That's the strategy. But it's just like, for me, that ain't my strategy. Like, if something come across my feed and I feel like it's fire,
Yeah.
I'm posting it, bro.
Yeah.
But that's not my strategy. For a lot of people, their strategies is what typical marketers tell you, which is you need to niche down. It's only, you only post your videos, you know what I'm saying? And it got to be all around your song. It's a constant promotion. And then the thing is, if you train your audience that's what it is, that's what they're coming for. I have an older audience that was here before social media kind of was like what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
They don't expect that from me. They want to know what I actually feel. They want to know the stuff. They want to be into what I'm into.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I post like I post. You know what I'm saying? But
I think every artist is different.
for sure. That's me.
I think every artist is different. I know I have a different approach, but it's not me not wanting to show what I personally like. It's just me saying like, hey, if you go to Canon, you gonna get Canon.
Right. That's the
You know?
strategy. Yeah.
And Derek's is the same way. It's just it looks different. If you go to Derek, you're gonna get Derek, and Derek gonna show you all the stuff that he like. You know what I'm saying? When you go to Canon, you get what Canon likes, but Canon likes to be able to show like the different things that he does or talk about. So I think every artist is different, because you got some artists who do it in other ways. It just don't look like it on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess the point that I was getting to is like, if they pushing the same message, which is the kingdom, at the end of the day, that's the only message that we always trying to push. I be wondering like why everybody's so hesitant to post their own homies.
I ain't gonna cap it like
Oh, homies. Wow.
Your own homies.
I think that's different
It
though.
used to be like that. I would say, I don't know if y'all feel the same way I feel, but it used to be like that maybe like 4 or 5 years back. Like people didn't mind posting on their page, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like, bro, you cannot touch my page. I might do the story, you know what I'm saying, to show love, but I'm not putting you on my page. I remember years ago, like, if you got something, I might throw it on my page. If you got an album dropping, a new single coming out, throw it on my
Man,
page,
shoot, we would all take at one point in time. If it was an album coming out, I know during the glory days of when I was with Reach, like if it was an album coming out, everybody would post the album cover.
Yeah, it was a group effort.
It was a group effort. It's like, no, this today is about this person. But another reason why it's hard to do that is because the consumption rate of music is so high. So during that time, we could do that because you would have one album from a person in 116 that week, and then a song from another person the next week, and then a song from another person the next week. We was dropping albums every 1.5 years, or we dropping a single every 3 months. Now, now,
every 3 weeks.
it's every week.
Yeah.
So who you gonna so with your homies, who you gonna post? You gonna post Chris, because Chris just dropped, 1K just dropped, and P-Son just dropped.
So I agree, it ain't even us no more.
I agree, not at you. So you gonna spend a day? Okay, here go Few, here go P-Son, here go Derek, here go Canon. It just 15 singles just dropped.
But you know,
You now you the source. You Rapzilla now.
and that's not my job.
Now you rap Zilla. That's
Now you
horrible.
Rapzilla.
That's not my job. But that's the thing though. Like sometimes people will feel a certain way because you saw that though. You saw like after a while people be like, man, like ain't nobody post my record when it came out.
Oh, because it's
like,
30 different records.
It's 10 people dropping on the same day.
Yeah.
But I think too, like we were talking about earlier, like technology changed. So like back then, your social media page will almost be seen as your website if you ain't even had no website.
For real.
So it's like, all right, if you go to my website, what you gonna get? Everybody named Mama? Because your website is almost like a menu at a restaurant. It's like, all right, what are you gonna get when you come here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then now, social media is like, it's a TV channel now. It's like watching TV now. So it's like, all right, when you watch TV, after a certain while, you don't want to see the same episodes or you want to see the same TV show. You want to have a commercial in there somewhere where you show something different. So in that, I feel like that's where it makes sense to start breaking up some of your content and start bringing up. Maybe let me bring something else in or bring in a different person or shine light on something else that's not just me. Because after a while, like Derek said, after a while, I do get bored just seeing your own stuff. I think it's just changed over time. It's evolved.
And then I think also, because content is so important, like, I'm like, yo, if you want me to post you on a page, come to the crib. Let's work on some content that I can post. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's
collab. Yeah.
Let's actually collab on a piece of content that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me just posting something that don't really make sense for my grid. But if you looking at my stuff and you like, you know, like if somebody hit me up and it's one of the homies, they ain't like, bro, Derek, can you react to this video real quick? I'll do that if it's one of the homies. But that's another thing. We don't like asking for help. We want somebody to just help us.
Help me. Help please.
And then get mad when you don't. And get mad when you don't get the support.
Right. Or you know, I might think, okay, man, Canon just dropped. I'm gonna post it on my stories. That might be like, for me, if somebody did that for me, I might be like, man, that's honorable. Like, I'm glad they posted it to the stories.
That boy said that's honorable.
Thank you. Like, hey. But for some people, they don't want you to just post it to the stories. They want a whole full thing that you just did.
Like, comment, subscribe. I want you to click the Patreon.
Can you put the link in my bio?
Right.
You put my link in your
But what
bio?
I'm saying is, you want me to figure that out for you.
Yeah.
Like, no. If I got a homie, like an actual homie, we got actual equity, and you like, man, I really need to push on this record. Bro, hit me.
Yeah.
Hit my line and let me know what you need. If I don't know how important it is to you,
how can I
even know the support? Because everybody's dropping music. It's a highway. The information super highway. That mug stuff is zipping around the clock. So but we don't like asking for help. We feel like if we ask for help, I mean, we gotta lower our ego. That's what it is. Everybody gotta lower their ego. I gotta lower my ego enough to be like, man, I can post my friends, and it's one post. It's not gonna do nothing to me. That's not gonna make people like me less. But then other people gotta lower their ego and say, man, I might need some help from my friends. Let me reach out to them and see how I can create a situation where we can help each other.
All right, welcome to the Late Night Podcast, and we need help.
No, facts. All y'all. Let's see, one of y'all see this.
We need help.
Cash out.
Tell them the payment type you take.
Apple Pay. Prayer.
Prayer first.
Apple Pay. Cash out. Zelle. PayPal.
Yep.
What's that?
Bank, all the bank accounts.
EBT.
EBT.
We not
Bro,
taking that
definitely EBT for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, got kids.
You know who ain't came up with something yet?
So what?
You know what ain't came up yet that I'm surprised it came up?
What?
You got PayPal. PayPal. PayPal.
Hold on. We
Okay, all right.
Turn the camera off now.
PayPal.
All right, now let's dig into.
PayPal.
So what is PayPal? What is this app? What are we gonna get when we click on the app?
I
PayPal?
send you prayers.
And you send me.
You send me $10 per
Hello.
prayer.
I'm with him.
Somebody praying on your behalf, but it's gonna cost you time. Cause I could be praying for myself right now.
Hey, scoot over, bro.
I could be praying for myself right now.
I think
When
the
the
lightning
hit. The lightning hit.
I mean, it is genius because there is some people that will do it.
I want to hear. Jokers be saying, Jokers.
They've been doing this for years,
They
but
pay for prayer cloths, prayer handkerchiefs,
PayPal.
water, all
They got
that.
a lotion. They got a
You know what I'm
lotion now.
saying?
Hey, bro, chill out.
Jokers be coming with all
Hey,
type
chill out,
of
bro. They got a
schemes and
They got a
scams.
prayer lotion.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Now, prayer lotion
Bro.
sound hard because I ain't gonna lie. Like I got eczema, bro. You put this prayer. I prayed over it for eczema. You got eczema? I got you.
Bro.
Look, man.
Rub it on. I promise you,
Look.
3 days, heal it.
Hey,
In Jesus' name.
all them jokers did was pray over some jergens and squeeze
Man, that's
that
all they did.
into a
All
bottle.
they did.
Right.
All
Oh man, y'all keep that jergens away from me.
They
bro.
Hey.
didn't pray in fake
Pray
tongues.
out.
They was the only tongue they got. That's all the tongue.
Chill out, bro.
They ain't got no other tongue.
Hey, look. It's a lot of Christian items on the Christian black market. That we talking
You have to
about.
preach that one. You have to preach that one.
Christian black market. I like
The
that.
Christian
On the
black
Christian
market.
black
Christian
market.
black market.
It's out. There's stuff out there.
I got some manna. I got an ounce of manna. Y'all trying
He said he got an ounce of manna.
to trying to do? What y'all trying to do?
Is that a?
I'm trying to
is
get
that a weed strand?
Yeah,
Bro, I'm trying to understand
No,
what you're talking about.
it's for your edification.
I didn't know
It's for your
trapping
It's
manna.
edible. It's edible.
It's for your
That boy said, I
edification.
got an OZ.
I got
It's an edible?
No, not
Wow, bro.
He said it's edible.
I said it's edible.
Not
See,
a edible.
This is the problem. This is the
But
problem.
you know what though? Does it get you high and lifted up?
Huh?
Does it get you? See, I'm trying to get edified. I'm trying to get high and lifted up.
This is
I'm high right now.
Pray pal.
See,
Pray pal.
this is when the podcast goes off the rails. Only at Lean Night.
Let's go, Leo.
Welcome. All right, I got a real one, man. So how do y'all feel about the N-word?
I really
being
wanted to
used,
ask if they gonna ever have
the N-word being used in Christian hip hop.
It's used in Christian homes anyway. Period. I feel like people try to tell you what you can say and what you can't say in your own home. Especially when it has nothing to do with them and your home has no issue with it. And I'm not saying like you can't check people on cultural differences. Some things are not okay. I mean, Paul had addressed the church in Corinth. It was like, hey, I know y'all doing some stuff in your home. Y'all need to cut that out. Like homies were sleeping with their moms and whatnot. It was like, y'all need to cut that out. Like crazy. But I do believe like
Biblical times.
I do believe like you just with certain words, any word. I say this.
No comment.
I say this. Any word, you just have to have wisdom with any word, because your goal is to not offend nobody, but you also want to be yourself. But if you can't go out the way intentionally offending somebody, knowing that they may take offense to it or knowing that they may be sensitive to this word. So I think like you just have to have wisdom in using it. Like if we cut these cameras off right now, you're gonna be nigga all day. I already know. I'm just being 100 because we've been saying it off camera.
With me, it is for sure.
It's because we've been saying it off camera. But the cameras change everything now. But then we tell people, all right, what you see is what you get in person. When you see me, what you get is in person. And so like I just feel like when the cameras come on, people act different. You know what I'm saying? Oh, when your pastor come around, people act different. Yeah. And I'm just like, look,
My pastor said,
I'm not living for your pastor.
No, your pastor's white.
I'm
Your
just-
pastor said, I'm
yeah.
coming to your church.
Bro,
I'm just
chill.
I'm just like, all right, are you living for the Lord or are you living for your pastor? Like, are you living to be yourself, or are you trying to like minimize who you are because you're around these people you trying to impress that don't really care nothing about you?
So
like that?
I think the counterpoint to that though is,
I'm still saying being wise, but
yeah, that's the counterpoint. So I've said the N-word in my music a couple times, but so I've said it, but it's always meant something.
I have meaning.
Now here's the thing: I say off camera, I cuss, and I say the N-word. Like I do. Like that's my lingo. The people I'm around, it's not offensive to them. We talk like we normally talk.
Yeah.
But I don't do that in the music, not because I'm afraid. It's because I've built a brand that is a family-oriented brand.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have people that's like got little kids listening. So like I wouldn't say this around little kids. Like when when I'm with the homies, you know what I'm saying, we having a domino night. You know what I'm saying? I was smacking. Wow, right? For sure. But if it's a 4-year-old over there, I'm not finna say that. So it's like, I think the thing with a lot of Christian rap is a lot of the brands is built around family brands. So if I know that there's a level of people saying, I want to listen to this in the car, there's people that's like, I love listening to rap, but I don't want my kids influenced by a certain sound.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to hear something that I don't have to, when they hear, there's brand trust when a Derek Minor song comes on that it's gonna sound like this and I can listen to it with my kids. So for me, I'm preserving the brand trust of that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily fighting for or against the N-word. I could care less about it. You know what I'm saying? So
because there's other things too.
So
not
that's
just
the
the
thing.
N-word.
It ain't just
But-
that word.
Yeah, it's
But I don't mind. But that's the thing. You will see interviews if somebody asks me this. I'm not gonna cap for nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody know off camera how I move. So if you was to ask me that on here and I gave you a cap, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, no, I'm gonna keep it real. But the reason why I don't say certain things in my music is because I know that I have a brand that is a family oriented brand. Now, if you have a Christian rap brand that's not a family oriented brand, it's an adult oriented brand, and you've built that, then I think that you have more leeway to move around in those ways. Like I could think about an artist like a Toby Nwigwe, who's a Christian.
Yeah.
He built his brand, but he's built his brand for adults.
Mm-hmm.
I think the issue that a lot of Christian rappers have had is the easy money in Christian rap is the youth groups and the family brands. That's the easy money. So what they've done is they built a brand based in that place. But what winds up happening is you get 32, 34, 35, you don't really feel like that no more.
Exactly.
But that's what people.
you built over time.
That's the brand that you built over a
That's what you
decade.
built over time.
That they expected. Like if I hear Jeezy rap, I'm thinking about trap music.
Yeah.
And that's an older brand. If he came out with something different, prime example. Andre 3000 in the Flute album.
We're not gonna do that.
We are finna do that.
No. That's the perfect example,
We're
though.
not talking about
That's
that.
the perfect example.
Let
No,
that
no,
man
no.
play that flute.
That's what I'm saying. That's the perfect example, though. He has multiple decades of hip hop,
I wouldn't imagine the flute now.
and most people, and a lot of RJ 3000 fans weren't. But the ones that were are like, bro,
About to make a remix.
we want bars. Like we don't want. We respect the flute.
But you finna catch some doo-doo-doos.
We want bars, and he like, dang. Nah, I'm not giving
Bro,
it. That's
see,
the same thing of making a youth group career for a decade, and then now all of a sudden you the edgy rapper.
I want to cuss now.
It's like, no, you him. You need matter of fact, you need to start. You need to start at that point. You need to start all over.
So I got a question.
That's what you need to rebrand from.
Because I was gonna say, like, how do
something different?
How do you carefully evolve from? Because a lot of the artists, like we talked about, a lot of the artists, they start off doing youth group stuff. That's how.
Oh, y'all do, really?
Yeah,
That's how a lot of us start. Like they start off doing youth group stuff, and for a period of time, you might feel like you have to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want some money.
So by the time you realize you don't have to do that, you might want to do something different.
You done built it already, though.
But you done built it. So how would you carefully evolve within your brand and grow your brand? Like not excluding what you've done, but how do you extend to doing more and doing different things as an artist?
He go back to what he
He
was
never
saying. Ego. I gotta lose the ego. Like you saying, I gotta start from zero.
Yeah.
I gotta start over. I gotta lose my ego, and I can't attach yesterday's victories to today.
I can't
do that.
That's right.
That song was hard, but it was for this audience. You know what I'm saying? If I'm creating art for another audience, I have to rebrand and I have to be authentic for that audience because the audience gonna see it.
Or start a new brand.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is, I think it also depends on how far of a pivot it is. Right. So a lot of times people's pivots really be, especially with Christian rappers, a lot of their pivots happen out of frustration. You do the youth group because you just was happy to get an opportunity.
Yeah.
And that opportunity kept coming and you kept working with the hand that you was dealt. But now you're older, you want to address topics that are bigger. You want to address topics that might have a different level of depth to it. Mm-hmm. And you've not conditioned your fan base for that.
And you might be in a completely different head.
So here's the thing. What most artists do, Christian artists, they really just want to make the same music they've been saying. They just want to say the N-word in it. They ain't really making a crazy pivot. They just want to say the N-word in it.
They want to talk that talk.
They just want to talk that talk. They want to talk about other stuff they want to say. So the thing is, it's like, all right, if that's the pivot, then maybe begin to bring people into the conversation. Begin to have conversations.
Great conversation.
Begin to create conversation around it.
Good.
Yeah.
So that your fans know, okay, his perspective
He really
is
want to say
beginning
this really bad.
or his perspective is beginning to evolve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My perspective is evolving. I still want to rap for God. I just want to rap about other things. And I think in the past, I did a lot of stuff out of frustration. If I could do it over, I'd have did a better job of educating my fans where I was going in that season. Right? Kanye do this great. Kanye, then he Ye, then he MAGA had Ye, he glasses. He's taking
So I can be who I want to be.
He's taking you on a journey. He's telling you, like, this where I'm going. We may not necessarily agree with it all the time, but at least you educated and knowing this where he's going. The interviews begin to feel a certain way. The content begin to feel a certain way.
Start doing rants.
Right. They start going a different way.
Preparation for the
He's seed in the soil, right? But if the now here, or if it's like our artist Byron Jawan. Byron at one point in time was a Christian rapper. He wanted to be an R&B artist. So he just literally just said, I'm gonna be okay. I'm keeping my name. I'm not rebranding. He did. He went from King to Byron, and then he's like, I'm keeping my name. I'm not rebranding. I'm just okay with what I lose from this.
But that's why I say you got to lose the ego.
I'm okay with it.
He was able to take that L. You know what I'm saying? Like the L don't mean it's over.
Yeah, it just means that those people,
You
I'm
accept
no
what
longer
come with it.
serving them no more.
Yeah, whatever come with
He
it.
like,
Yeah, that
and I
typically
have to
happens.
be okay with that.
But
Yeah.
typically when that happens, they think Christian rappers have completely left the faith. Like I think
Well,
I think
hold
of
on.
like rappers like John Gibbs and people like that, where people just like they think they just completely left the faith just because they started actually.
And the thing is,
I think it's as you mentioned Byron though. I think it's a little different with some artists though. Byron did that earlier in his career.
true,
Fact.
true.
And then you got some artists who've been doing this for 10, 15 years.
True.
It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like Byron, like artists, he like I could lose, 15, 2,000 fans because I'm gonna spend the next 10 years.
Right. That's a good,
outbuild
great
that.
point. Great
So
point.
I think
point.
you have to think through like where that artist is because every artist has to move different in light of where they are. Some artists they built trust where they've been communicating over time. And so when they want to make that switch, people trust them because they had an open conversation. But you have some artists who they don't talk about life. They just talk about killing demons.
Which would lead me to my which will lead me to my what you
doing this.
what you saying is you leading me to my ultimate point then. My ultimate point is this. Be who you want to be from the beginning.
From the jump, know who you are.
Be who you know who you are and be who you want to be from the beginning.
But like you say, people evolve. Like that,
Exactly.
that might not be the case, bro.
But what I'm saying is that's why, or if we was to bring it full circle with my page, like I say, I post the things I'm into. My fans, the people that are my core audience, no, it ain't no telling what Derek finna do. From album to album.
Yeah.
From album to album, from post to post, from whatever. I might give you an album that's all trap bangers. Then I might give you an alternative album. Then I might give you a lo-fi album.
Yeah.
Then I might give you a East Coast album. People know I might get on like I got on I'm gonna get on the Eshawn record. Then I'm gonna get on a prop record. Like people know I'm known for the fact like that Derek is gonna do whatever he wants to do in the moment. And he's gonna live with it. So that's the brand I've created. So it's like I think what I've talked to some artists that's like they're like, but I can't do that because of my fans. Well, then now you're conditioning your fans to that. They are in control of the music that you make.
And you're conditioning yourself.
Exactly.
So, and that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
Because you'll eventually go crazy because you've been lost yourself.
Exactly.
And that be when you see artists crash out like that, it's usually from what you just said.
Yes, sir.
I haven't been myself for so long, and I want to be me so bad.
Nah, I overcorrect.
I'm crazy.
Nah, I overcorrect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, instead of just saying the N-word, I done cussed out everybody in the industry.
what?
I done went to a whole, right?
Pastors,
You know what I'm saying? Right.
those things
And now I'm on a whole mission to destroy Christian rap. Because I done said Christian rap don't want me to be myself. When really you didn't want to be
you didn't
yourself.
know who you were.
You was like, I want to be successful. And the path to making in Christian rap is doing all these youth groups. So I'm one way, but I'm going to diminish myself because this is because this is a pathway to success. Bruh, so now you saying it's Christian rap's fault that you can't be yourself. No. You wanted what Christian rap had to offer, and you played the game to be that.
To get that, yeah.
But it reminds me of this commercial I watched. It was an Allstate commercial, and bro, the dude got drunk, and he got drunk. He was at a game. He got tattooed up, and he put tiger stripes on that boy.
Yeah.
So he went to call the tattoo artist and said, "Hey man, you got to get this off of me." And it was an Asian dude. He said, "No, you tiger now."
You tiger.
You tiger now.
For you now.
You tiger now. I hear boy say you tiger now.
Very great.
Right, man. Like that's what you tiger now. So you got to either blow that up and start over and be okay with
Be a
it.
tiger.
I would say I would add this to it because you 100% right. It's the artist being himself. Can't nobody make the artist be himself. Can't nobody make him make the decisions he made. But I would say, in addition to that too, I think there's also responsibility for the OGs to affirm artists to be themselves as well.
Facts.
Because there was points of times where our OGs, kind of put it on us like, look, y'all, this the music we got to make, and it was on us to say, okay, yeah, we're gonna do that, But I think had we had OGs, the type of OGs that we want to be to other people, had we had those, I think you would see people earlier on like branch out and start doing different stuff, and I feel like they got to just do Christian only or Christian hip hop only. And I'm just saying, like, if we had OG saying like, hey, like everything you saying right now, if that was said to somebody 10 years ago, you might see different results now.
But
I'm not putting it
I
on.
would say my pushback on that is Christian rap is the first and this ain't, I'm not being cocky, but I would say 10 years ago we took it further than it had ever been. It ain't never been this far before. So the reason why we're able to say that is because of lived experience. They didn't have that. They didn't have that experience. So that's why you may have the dude that's gonna tell you, hey, no, all your music need to be about shooting demons. That's his wave. Then you got the other dudes that's gonna be like, nah, you need to make worship rap records. That's their wave. But then you got people like myself that's like, nah, just be a regular rapper. So now now there's a diversity of ways people have made it. So now, you see what I'm saying? It's a diversity of ways people have made it. At that point in time, there was only one way. It was the cross movement way. It was the grits way, the cross movement way, and then coming up behind them was the 116 way, right? But then off of that, you got the social club way.
You got subgenres.
Off of that, you got the RMG way. Where we was rappers, right? So then now you got all these different pathways to make it that was forged out from the trenches. Those paths weren't there. There was not an RMG pathway. We created that with machetes for other people. That's like, nah, if you want to just be a normal rapper that love God, you can follow this.
But I feel like like that was there. They just didn't get no love, no shine. Because those artists who was doing that too, they just didn't get no love. Like T-Bone would do it. Gospel Gangsters would do it.
T-Bone from the movie.
Yeah, like way back in the day. Like I'm just talking about like.
But I'm saying,
like when I think about like artists like Petty D, you know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, yes, but I'm saying we have taken it, as we should, a lot further than they have.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side of that, because they were, think about it, the people you brought up, T-Bone, Gospel Gangsters, not Petty D.
I'm just talking about
even Petty D.
Yeah,
now, was Petty signed? Petty my OG. He was the first dude to ever do a verse with me. But
that's hard.
Yeah, but we think about Gospel Gangsters specifically and T-Bone, they were signed to a label. We got ours out the mud. We created our own way. They were signed to an actual label, and then when they wasn't signed to the label, they didn't get to have like their brands diminished.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Ours, we built like brands out the mud that you can't take from us. So when I say that there's a level of equity that I have, when I say, nah, you can make it without doing this. You can do sports songs. You can do this and that. I have a level of success in that way that's able to do that. That's not a product of a machine like what they had. So I think that's what I'm saying as far as the OG.
That makes sense.
They was always there. When I say we took it far, it's almost like what Master P and Cash Money did for hip hop. Up until they deals, when Universal wasn't playing ball with artists like that, where they like, we just gonna do a distribution deal and y'all gonna take the most money and we gonna take the less money. They wasn't doing that, but now that's the standard. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the standard. So now people know I ain't gotta sign to a label. I can go the straight independent route. Not everybody want to be independent. People don't even be tripping off of signing the labels like that no more.
SoundCloud, YouTube, and TikTok.
Yeah. So I don't know.
All right, man. Next question. I seen a clip, man, a few days ago. Both married. Unattractive.
Unashamed?
No. Nah, I'm just playing with you. But so
what is happening right now?
No. I just like to call people ugly.
Oh.
Oh, he called you ugly.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to call you ugly, dog?
You right.
You
right.
gonna call you ugly?
Bro, yeah, bro. I'm fun. Fine, ugly. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You alright, bro? Yeah.
You're not helping right now.
Alright, come on. You alright, man? Just seeing
Right in the middle. Medium ugly is the new wave. I don't want to be pretty.
I would agree.
Okay.
I would agree.
So you medium ugly?
Yeah, bro.
Adjustable seats.
round about there. Like,
I'm not finna scale it, man. Nah, I ain't finna gauge it. This is what you is.
yeah, bro. No, yeah, bro. I happily embrace
Wait.
it.
So what's well done, ugly nigga? Wait.
Oh, you know I'm well done when you see it.
Yeah, you see it well. He well done and ugly. You come through.
Crispy ugly.
All right, man. I seen a clip a couple days ago, and they was interviewing Caleb Gordon and his wife, and they was like, man, what's the most important thing? You know what I'm saying? Something that you didn't know was gonna be so important. That's very important in your marriage and y'all, staying connected and stuff like that. And she talked about sex, and she was saying not realizing how much your spouse or that man is gonna need sex. You know what I'm saying? I think that was dope for her to say that, because we'll throw out the cliche answers like, well, communication, and make sure you talk and make sure you do this and date nights and stuff like that. But it's like she's young, like they early 20s, and she was, to me, that was wisdom for her to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't realize how much sex was important to him, and me understand that I got to get outside of myself and make sure I give him, you know what I'm saying?
Let me speak on this real quick, just on the whole sex topic. I be frustrated sometimes with marriages because that conversation don't come around enough for singles. So you got guys who've been in college for years trying to be faithful or trying to be single, being destroyed by porn and masturbation.
Yeah.
And then they get married and they got this high drive to go, run through their wife. But their wife might be like, that's not their experience. And so they have this preconceived notion of what sex looks like in marriage before they get married. And then they end up putting all these preconceived notions on how that should look like in the marital bed. And then you don't realize your wife might be uncomfortable because all you want is just sex, because your sex drive is high. And so I'm saying this because I've had conversations with a lot of guys who be frustrated at their sex life and their marriages. Because they're like, I'm not getting what I want. I'm not good. And I'm like, well, have you took the time to learn who your wife is, understand what she likes? Have you taken the time to think through like what makes her comfortable or what does turn her on? Or are you just so high bent on your sex drive? And so like for me, I'm like, some of these marriages get destroyed because they're not happy in their sex life, but it's also because there aren't any really good conversations ahead of time on how to have that time with your wife or how to even try to engage with that.
But how do Christians do that?
Yeah, because Christians, I ain't gonna lie, you can't talk about this in church, bro. You can't have this conversation.
If it's in church or not, you just need to start having these conversations, even if it's on the side of like, hey, let's say it's somebody you're courting or whatever, and you walking alongside of somebody who's courting. Like, let's say me and my wife walked alongside a relationship that's courting or whatever, and it's like, hey, y'all seem like y'all getting into this relationship pretty deep. You already popped the question, man, at some point I think we should start thinking through like how y'all gonna have this conversation about sex, because it's gonna come up, because a lot of times you might end up you might have been, I don't know, some folks might have been smashing their whole life, but that also causes issues too, because you take that experience into your bedroom with your wife. You may have tried to preserve yourself for, but you got all these other experiences you bring into the bedroom that she may not be prepared for, or vice versa, that you're not prepared for that she had. So I just think I think the lack of conversation is frustrating, because I hear a lot of guys who get frustrated, and sometimes women frustrated at their sex life, because you bring on these toxic preconceived notions of what it's supposed to be like, and you unhappy. And that's because you didn't do no work in figuring out who your spouse was. You didn't do no work in trying to figure out what makes you comfortable. How can we do this together? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we need to have more conversations? It's some women that went through trauma, and that is not the thing for them. Yeah. And all you doing is thinking about what's between your legs.
I would say the counterpoint to that, which I feel like it's counterpoint, and I'm saying you are absolutely correct. I'm saying you're absolutely correct. But marriage is also about compromise, and it's also about both of us laying down our perspectives of. It's about both of us laying down our individual lives and finding a rhythm for our together life.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying? That's what marriage is. We have our individual. That's what the Bible was saying when it say, two come together and become one.
Yeah.
Is that we're no longer the individual, right? So the thing is, we have to be able to say, like, if someone has a high sex drive, that's not wrong. I think conversation is the beginning of it, but again, another part of that is also ego.
Right.
Because we can't just be like, well, because I got a high sex drive, anytime I'm ready to go, she need to be ready to go. But on the flip side, it can't just be he got a high sex drive. I don't have one. I don't care, nigga. Burn.
Yeah, you can't weaponize
Like burn.
sex.
It ain't even weaponizing it. Sometimes it's just like, you know what? I'm tired. I done been to work all day, but you know what? They need this.
Yeah.
They need this right now from me. So you know what? I love you right now, and I'm going to love on you in the way you need to be loved on in this point.
Right.
Because people have, like, the 5 love languages. Everybody got different vibes. Some people is physical touch. Some people is gifts. Some people is that. And most men are often physical touch. That's usually a thing. It's touch. So then the thing is, but then on the flip side of it, bro, like if I know my wife is a quality time person, and I know that she is more apt to give me the love in my way so then, or if she an acts of service person, and I know my wife, she done been at work all day, bro, the bed, the room gonna be clean, everything gonna be right, dishes clean. Hey baby, I cleaned the attic out. Like, you cleaned the attic out?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm setting the scene.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With that. But then I think exactly. I'm wooing her.
Pursue your
That's my
wife.
way of wooing her, right? In that way. But then I would say, and sometimes you do all of that and you still don't get what you want at the end. But the thing is, it hurt. You know what I'm saying? It hurt. But it's understanding that. But then the thing is you gotta have that convo. Like I tell my wife, like I'm like, we had to have that. I've been married 15 years.
Yeah.
It's not just having It's not just having one convo about it, because your wife gonna change over time. Y'all might get together and she got the same exact sex drive.
Then pregnancy happens.
And then pregnancy, that baby's come, and she like, I'm tired. I'm tired. But then for me, on the flip side, I'm like, look, I tell my baby, like, look, I've been on the road. I've been a good guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Baby, when I come home, I need the rewards.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I need the rewards. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she know, so then now she know, okay, if Derek been out on the road, let me try to make sure I get my mindset ready to be able to love him in the way that he needs to be loved when he goes back home. Yeah. But that, like you said, that happens with conversation.
That's what you gotta talk.
And then you gotta take conversation and the ability to lower my ego to say, it's not about me all the time. It's not about me. It's about the other person. So if both people are constantly thinking, how can I love the other person the best way? That's when you're going to win.
And that's marriage, man. Marriage is two selfish people saying, I'm choosing to be selfless. Oof. You know what I'm saying? And that takes years of learning. That, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you got roommates before you get married. It don't matter if you got community before you get married. You finally with somebody who's just as selfish as you are. You know what I'm saying? And there's no escape.
Facts.
You have to find a middle ground and say, all right, I'm going to be selfish.
No escape. Facts.
No escape, bro. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what issues y'all have, y'all still got to be in that same bed before y'all go to bed.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
Y'all got to see each other, and y'all got to see each other when y'all wake up. So it's just like that ego what he's talking about is important, because marriage is already hard. You gonna have stuff to fight about regardless. So like it's gonna be in your benefit to find ways where y'all can say, all right, you know what? Like we were just talking about this in the car. Like being able to find ways where it's just like, all right, I see what you want, because you're gonna fight for what you want. I see what you want. Let me find a way to give you what you want. You know what I'm saying? Without me compromising fully of who I am. Let's come together. Let's figure this out together. So I just think like there just ends up being a thing where you got to understand your spouse.
Ultimately, it sounds like vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like I have to be vulnerable enough to say like baby, like I need this physical touch on a consistent way. And she got to be vulnerable enough to say, you know what, baby, I need you to really spend time with me. Like that's really how I feel love when you spend time. And that's a constant conversation. And it changes over time. The wife I married year 1 through 5 is totally different than
The one you
year
married.
15. She a different person. Well, I'm a different person too. So that's the beauty of marriage though, because I'm constantly having to figure out where she at now. You know what I'm saying? Like I want her to feel love. You know what I'm saying?
And every marriage is different too, because your first 5 years might look different than somebody else's marriage.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And so like you can't be looking at other people's. That's the thing too. Like we look on social media, look at other people's relationships and think, oh, either you failing because it don't look like theirs, or you might think you far ahead because it don't look like somebody else's. Like everybody relationship and marriage looks completely different. And so like what has worked for you the first 5 years may not work the next 5 years.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I love all the advice I gave. My advice has just always been to eat it. At the same time, look, just go down there. Just
Are we done?
yo.
We done.
Lean not. Just lean
For the
straight.
married people.
For the married people. But I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, fellas. It's what you gotta do. Just go straight down there. And I promise you, you'll probably get you some. Most of the time.
It's an unlock code.
It's an unlock code. That's my easiest marriage advice. I've been married 9-10 years, but
that's a long time.
it worked.
Like I said, every marriage is different, but yeah,
It worked.
Yeah.
Hey, look. This is OG advice.
He definitely
this is
does.
OG advice.
See,
Hey,
the other advice is so good and it's so good to break it down. But sometimes when you just want to get straight to it,
you definitely not vegan, bro.
Just-
You definitely not vegan, bro.
no, definitely. I would never. I actually judge Christian vegans. I judge Christian vegans.
Explain.
Cause Christian vegans.
You know
to
we
me-
was supposed to be like vegan somewhat, like in the Garden of Eden.
Some
We wasn't supposed to eat meat.
as many lambs as they sacrificed in the Bible, I just don't see Jesus being like, I'm watching my calories. Like I just never seen any of them just. You can't eat meat, bro. You can't
What did
Cow.
That was part of
What
the
did Jesus
That was-
feed the 5,000 people?
fish. Like the
Was
first.
it celery?
No, it was
Nah,
bread and fish. That man had a
That
cookout.
man
They
had
had
fish fry, man.
the first fish fried was in the Bible, bro, and it was the most lit one.
Post fall, but yeah.
Technically, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
No.
oh.
Post Paul.
but yeah.
No, that is post
We
Paul.
seen all type of meat post fall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So-
All right, that's post pause.
Now that leads me to that's an interesting question.
where is this going?
It's gonna go
I'm trying to
everywhere.
figure out where this going.
It's gonna go everywhere. So only on Lean Not where the conversation's finna get crazy. All right. So the next question I got for y'all is, who in the Bible would y'all want to kick it with?
Moses. I want to.
All right, the one who can't talk.
Oh, Moses,
Got
you
you.
kind of serious.
I want Moses.
Moses.
I identified Moses.
You identify with Moses.
I'm trying to kick it with Solomon.
Ah, bro. He gonna ruin you. He gonna ruin you, bro. He's going to ruin you. Take 20 country miles.
Like Solomon seemed like he was fun.
Hey, bro.
Solomon go.
He gonna
Hey.
$10 million.
Bro, hey, bro. No,
Take
listen, bro. Listen.
this.
Solomon, bro. This man Solomon built the temple so cold that the Queen of Sheba fainted when she saw. Bro, what,
Nice house.
bro, what level of opulence will make somebody faint? That's a queen.
That's a queen.
That will make a queen faint.
That's hard.
And then also, there is no person on earth that's ever been and will ever be wiser than him. Period.
Real player.
So he look
Real
real player,
Real player.
a high level of opulence. Hey, he the wisest person to ever exist ever.
He said she came in and fainted.
And fainted, bruh.
Ass out,
Said she
bro.
looked around and said, and,
Like,
I left it here.
right, bruh,
you live here?
Yeah,
dog,
this mine. This
dog.
mine.
I gotta, you look. I told
That-
y'all,
that-
I keep it real.
I like
I
that.
want to see what's the level of opulence that will make a queen faint.
That's real, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't never thought about it like that, but
I done been around money, bro. I done been around billionaires. I done been around some crazy stuff.
Forget that Jay-Z meeting.
I ain't never seen
nobody.
I ain't never walked in nobody's crib and fainted, bro. Not once. I seen a dude that had a 24 karat gold like gun. You know them old guns, like the old
Gallon
like that.
guns?
And a Gatling gun. It was a 24 karat gold Gatling gun. Bro showed me a video of him shooting that thing. Bro, I saw that. Nobody fainted.
Nobody.
Not nobody fainted.
Ooh, look, girl, go on Instagram. Ooh, this nice. I'm taking a picture of it. That's all they gonna get.
Exactly. So I want to know what he did. Like, what kind of level of playerness that he had when she walked in. It was like,
That boy had a flat screen.
No, man.
What's all this?
from the
That boy
future.
he got an 80-inch flat screen in there. Why are those people moving in that box?
That's what I'm saying,
That's
bro.
a TV, girl.
I need to see it, bro. So I'm just gonna keep it real with you, bro.
I think that's good. Why Moses, bro? What about Moses?
I just like sitting on the folks that have been through a lot of
He
experience.
trying to be deep.
Nah, this is what.
Hey, nah,
Moses been through a lot of trauma.
Moses been through it all. Bro, I'm not trying to be out there with Moses in the wilderness.
But you said but this is how I took it though. When you ask a question, I'm thinking like in this time. Like, are you talking about back then or in this time?
In this time or back then, I mean,
Now, if we talking about back then, no, because I don't want to go. I don't want to walk.
40 years,
I'm not
40
trying to
years.
go.
Moses
If
was
we bring
under
it-
duress
if
from
we-
the beginning of his life.
If we
to
bringing
the
Moses
end.
in today, I would say Moses. If we talking going back in the day,
Moses too traumatized. He can't even talk. Moses ain't had his parents in his life from birth. They put him in a box in the ocean. They was like, I hope you make it.
Moses adopted.
Like Moses been through it. The whole murder, the man, and he killed off somebody.
Moses a OG.
First week as a real king. Hey, look, go do something. Hey, don't touch him. Kill somebody. Moses is traumatized.
Bro, Moses went on the mountaintop, came down there and turned all the gold into a calf. God was like, I'm gonna wipe all them out. Moses had to petition on God. He had to no. Moses had to lawyer up with God. Like, look, God, listen, bro, you don't want to do this.
Who gonna follow you if
They all dead.
Who gonna
Bro,
follow you?
no, I'm not trying to be in that scenario, bro. I'm
But that's
straight.
if we back in the day.
All right, who now then?
If we bringing them
Today,
to this day,
who?
he got me with the Solomon joint. He
It's
got a
all
lot of-
hard.
You ain't big
He got me with the Solomon joints. He got a lot of good points with Solomon. But I don't know, that's a hard question. If we bringing them out today to kick it with,
Kick it, your partner. Your partner.
you know what? I say Peter.
My dog. There, we back in the game.
Peter.
Back in the
To
game.
the trap.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Peter.
Peter got the sword on him.
Yeah.
Peter got the sword on him.
Peter too much a zealot for me.
Peter.
Hey, bro.
Everybody going to jail. We going.
I like how Peter moves.
If Peter move,
I like how Peter move.
That's very similar to
All
me.
y'all getting back in the
I like
shit
how he
and
move.
y'all are going to prison.
Like, no, I'm talking about even like right now.
Back of the chair.
Peter look
Crazy.
around like, what is this? What is going on? He see a Drewski video. Peter ready to go crazy. Like,
What he say?
right?
What he
What
say?
did he say? What?
Now, what he say?
Bruh.
Calm down.
Hey, bro. Look, Peter see a Mike Tyler video. He ready to go in, bro.
Oh, that
He
man.
going to Oklahoma.
He like,
That
hey,
man
He
pulling
walking
up.
to
I'll
Oklahoma.
pull it up, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. So, this is an interesting question. If you were Paul, like if you put yourself in Paul's shoes and you had to write a letter, who would you write a letter to? Not I don't name no specific churches unless you want to.
Oh, talking about today,
This is great clickbait
I
if
was
you
Paul
want to.
and I can write a letter.
Letter, but you can write a letter to the church today or to
Any
any.
this up, man. This is a setup.
I'm not
question.
saying you can say any church.
Setup question.
If you don't say the church, unless you want to.
Hey, you
But-
just go on my IG. I be writing stuff. I be writing my thoughts all the time.
That is true. That is very true. If you,
I be right.
tap into,
I be right. My thoughts all the time.
We're gonna let Cannon speak.
Nah, I ain't say I was going first.
Go ahead, bro.
I ain't say I was going first.
Write your letter. I ain't got nothing.
but it could be just in general thing that the church does. But what would the first thing in your letter be?
I'm gonna even hit you with this, bro. What if Paul had an IG?
Oh,
What would be on his IG?
His IG would be
I'm still locked up. I got a new celly. Say what's up.
Hey, he been right.
Say what's up. You got a new celly.
bro. Hey, Paul.
Somebody take Paul phone.
Hey,
Bruh,
Live
Paul
on
would
6062
really be
right
like
now.
them folks on IG in jail. Just
Hey, y'all, hey, y'all.
How you got a phone?
Paul is live right now. He cooking Joel Osteen, bro.
Y'all see what Paul is? You know what though? You know what though? Hey, real talk. You know what? Real talk. Real talk.
Osteen is crazy.
Hey, real talk. Real talk. You know who Paul would be like? I feel like Paul would be like in today's culture. I think Paul would be like Joe Budden.
Yeah. I mean, dang.
Oh,
I
Dang.
feel like Paul would be
I
like
can
Joe Budden.
see it.
I feel
like
like
I'm about to be like, man, what you? And then
Think
I'm
about
like,
it, think
hey,
about it.
Joe Budden don't be caring.
it take a lot of energy to write all them letters Paul wrote.
Yeah, the whole time.
And he
and-
was
and
talking
Paul-
that talk when he wrote them too. He wasn't just
You
them letters-
uncircumcised. Feel
Yeah,
like,
like I feel like it'd be like Joe
I
Budden.
wish y'all would cut y'all stuff off.
I feel like it'd be like Joe Budden. Cause people be thinking like, all right, Joe Budden, he just grumpy, bro. He always got an issue with somebody. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he be speaking facts on some stuff.
nah,
You know what I'm saying? But they don't like his approach. There's a lot of people that don't like Paul's approach. They still argue with Paul's approach.
Bro,
to
when
this
I
day.
read in Paul, it was, I think it was a Galatians. He said, I wish these mutilators of flesh would castrate themselves. I was like,
God.
I was like,
Paul said, I wish I was single like me.
right.
Paul the one dude I don't want to hang with.
Nah, Paul.
He the one dude I don't want to
Nah,
hang with.
Paul.
Sorry,
the one-
Paul.
Hey, Paul wants too much smoke.
Nah, Paul.
I'm like,
was
we need
literally
some
the one
chilling
that
or
said
something.
we shouldn't be married. I was like, I'm not with Paul.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of that ministry.
I will hang with Moses before I hang with Paul.
Nah, facts.
Any day. Sorry, Paul. You the OG, but
We love Paul. Paul, to me, like I said, he wrote most of the New Testament. Paul is that guy.
Solomon got some 4-wheelers at his house, so I was just
Yeah,
I was trying to ride the 4-wheeler.
Solomon.
I was trying to ride the 4-wheelers.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, we lit.
Nah, he had to have some alien tech. He had some, bro. He
had-
made,
you know what? You know what?
he made a queen faint.
Yeah, that's different. That's
She got her own kingdom.
her own.
Her own kingdom. She up. She up.
And she fainted.
But he said it's levels to this
She
money.
thought she was up.
He said, right, he said
Facts.
it's levels.
She thought
He said
she
it's
was
levels.
You want to be, how many wives you got? Can I be the
I feel
200th?
like Paul said 900 women just came out like, shoo. She was like,
So y'all say hey.
say hi.
Yeah, I
Look,
said
and
hey.
they, look,
So
and
hey,
they
y'all-
probably had big gold chains, crazy stuff, bro. Like I'm like, what level of opulence made somebody feel?
He's killing me with this opulence.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This is the
That's
first
what
time
it
I've
is.
heard the word, but I knew what it means.
He's killing me with
What
it.
level, bro?
I've
What
never,
level?
I've
I'm
never.
start saying it now, Dion.
Nah, facts.
The
Bro.
opulence of this studio is just
Amazing.
beyond me.
I've never heard the word opulence before till today, but I know what it means now just by hearing him say it in context. So because I'm finna start using it and I'm finna act like other people who don't use it are dumb.
You gonna do it? You gonna?
I'm better now.
You don't know what opulence means?
You don't know what opulence means?
Chill out, bro.
I got a question. Now, seriousness. So everybody, you know, each face.
Zoom back in. I'm rich.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, dog. I'm not there yet.
that was uncalled for.
It's definitely there, bro.
Yeah.
I'm switching.
So it's
We there?
I'm rich.
it's the crazy Illuminati.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Have y'all been to Diddy parties? Y'all giving?
No.
Y'all.
Wait. Time out. How we go from this crazy Illuminati to Diddy?
parties.
Those are two completely different things.
But it's,
I ain't never seen no Diddy
Hey,
party.
but
Lecrae
I
said he
ain't never
went to a
seen Diddy.
party.
I ain't never been around Diddy.
Didn't
so I
Lecrae
don't
say he
know.
went to a Diddy party?
Yeah, Lecrae did go to the Diddy party.
So look, I don't know nothing about it.
I ain't never seen one. I was
it's
too
a
broke.
Illuminati water.
I ain't never-
Dog, I'm too broke to go to a Diddy party, bro.
I would if I'm too broke to go to Diddy party, I'm cool with being that amount of broke.
That's what I'm saying.
That amount of broke,
That's
I'm
what I'm
cool
saying.
with. I don't want to
Oh,
be.
I'm
I don't
sure.
want to be Diddy
I'm sure.
party.
Yeah.
Rich.
Diddy party rich crazy.
Diddy party rich is
The
different.
world start looking different and Diddy party.
He said the
rich.
world.
I know he went to the.
You start being exposed to things in the world that you was like, man, I didn't know this was here.
Is that Joe Biden?
Right. Like, no.
I know he did the lunch with like Jay-Z and stuff like that.
Well, no, he said on the video he said he was either invited to one or he was at a Diddy.
He was
party.
at the one.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I
I
don't
don't know
know.
nothing about
He
it.
didn't. I don't think he stayed. I hope
Nah, he ain't stay.
he didn't stay.
got
I think he left.
got
I think because this is the thing. What I've learned is that I know a few people who've been to them type parties, and what they'll do is they'll be like, "You married? Is right about that time that you gotta go."
Right.
And if you choose to stay,
That's on you.
it's on you what happens. But if you choose to leave, which I would think any Christian man would do, because
You would think. I don't know.
But and then a lot of
They
times
said something about TDJ was up there. I don't know.
But look,
Look, this is
when you in LA,
y'all know TD.
when you in LA at them parties though, it be big old mansions. So it'd be stuff happening in different places of the mansion. I think there's the party and then there's the party.
Party.
Yeah.
So when I've gone to LA, I've only ever been to the party. I've never been to
The
party. Not a Diddy. I ain't never been to any Diddy estate ever. I'm talking about just LA parties.
The opulence.
Not
Just
of the
LA,
estate.
right.
It was
The
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the opulence
It's
of the
like
Diddy.
there's the party and then there's the party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a lot of people be trying to get to the party. And I'm like, I'm not trying to get to the
So I want to backtrack. Do you really believe that TD Jakes was going
I'm gonna
crazy?
be honest, bro. Look, I don't put it past nobody at this point.
TD Jakes?
I don't put it past nobody at this point. Look, I mean, shoot,
not my bishop.
it's look, we've seen pastors do this kind of thing. I'm not saying he did,
Right.
but we've seen pastors do this kind of thing without it being a Diddy in the picture.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So what makes you think that they not gonna do that when they feel like, oh, nobody gonna say no? Oh, this is an exclusive. Ain't nobody gonna know about this for real. Man, no, pastors done did way more for less.
But see,
You know
this
what I'm
is the reason why I just don't believe my bishop TD Jakes.
Not my
First
bishop.
of all, because one, if TD Jakes walk into an orgy, I don't think nobody is gonna be happy that he's there.
Let me pray over you one time.
It's time to lay some hands. Like,
ladies' hands real quick. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying I don't put it.
power.
I'm just saying I don't put it past nobody. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't put it
that's
past
where
nobody.
I lean. And I'm on the same perspective. I'm like, the facts will tell whether he did it or not. If he say he didn't do it, I don't got no reason to believe that he did it. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't. The thing is, he's done so much for the community. He's been so solid for so long. Something like this coming out, I'm like, y'all gotta show me some facts.
That's how I feel
Nah,
about
facts.
Cosby.
Yeah, y'all gotta show me some facts.
It was the same
Now,
with
if some
Cosby.
facts come out, I'm like, well, hey, look, bruh.
we tried.
Hey, look, what the thing is, I'm like, your resume don't say that that's the kind of stuff that you would do with your life. But at the same time, if that's
can't
what
put
you've
it
been doing, we done seen a lot of people that their resume and what they actually was doing was different. So it's like I wouldn't necessarily. I'd be heartbroken. I'd say that I'd be
It would
heartbroken.
be tragic if
It
that
would
was
be
the
tragic.
case. Yeah.
If some facts came out with that, but if you
It's
know,
not.
he's never given me a reason to say I don't trust what he got to say.
Yeah.
Because he always
Look,
done kept it clear.
I tell my wife this all the time. I'm like, look, I could fall just like any man.
Nah,
Right.
That's a fact.
You've seen me every day.
Big facts.
You know who I am. You've been married to me for almost over 10 years now. Like, but I even tell him, like, look, this is why I don't talk trash about somebody who making that mistake.
Big fact.
Because I'm like, it could be me. And then when it's me, I don't want the world destroying who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I want some grace too. So I'm like, I don't put it past nobody. I don't put it past myself. Just because it ain't out and just because it ain't been out don't mean it ain't happening. It can happen.
Anything can happen, bro.
It can
That's one thing I done learned. Talking about the OG stats. One thing I done learned is I done seen people that I'd have never thought did certain stuff, like do it. And I done seen people that I'm saying that's on the good way and on the bad way. I done seen people that you would never think would be doing certain things doing them. And so it's like, man, life gonna change. So it's like, I don't know.
You ain't think David was gonna do what he did with Bathsheba until he did it.
Nah,
True.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? Why would he do that if he could just have any wife?
He got concubines.
He got concubines.
But this the thing. But this
And he
is
still wanted something outside of all the things.
Because he's a human.
He wanted to
Exactly.
Because
But
he can have it.
like
David to me been questionable. The whole story of David. Like David.
Put me on. I'm trying to see where you going with this.
Nah, bro. All right. So I remember.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Trying to set us
All right, so.
All right, y'all. All right.
No, because if you really look at the story of David, like I'll be really like I be in tune. I remember there was a story he was trying to marry somebody's daughter, right? I can't remember which king it was, but I think it might have been Solomon. Was it Solomon? No.
Nah, that's his son.
It was he was trying to marry king's daughter, and the king told him, "Hey, I need you to go cut off, like go to war, kill all these folks, but I need you to bring back 100."
That's sense.
No, it was it was Samson. It was David too.
It was David.
It was David. Yeah, it was David.
He had to cut off 104 skins.
He had cut off 104 skins.
Put the scripture in the.
This is the thing.
Yeah, put the scripture
David upped it and cut off 200.
But you know, David was a different type of warrior, though. He was a different type
Anybody that can.
It was David. 104 skins.
And he came and cut
Saul. That's right.
And he came back with 200. Anybody that can do that and be happy with life and go get the dancing, he crazy. He thought out. He is willable to do anything.
Well, I guess, yeah. I guess
There we go.
I'm just,
Yep.
But that's the thing, though. I'm just like, well,
104 skins is wild.
100 of them?
104 skins is wild.
Just after war, everybody grab them.
and he went back and got
Maybe
it.
they donate.
And he was like 200. He was like, nah, I'm gonna show him I can double it. I had to double it. He had to double it.
Now he doubled his talents.
No, I'm not messing with. David can stay far away from me, bro.
I was like, well,
David, another thing I ain't having.
I told us to double,
David
triple
throw it
our
off.
investment.
David real deal throw it off.
David throw it off.
David, bro, if you really think about it,
think about it, bro. David fought a giant, bro. Like David,
Different type of dude. He a different type of
when he was a kid, hey, he throw it off.
Hey,
Hey, look, and he ain't even do it. Also, like it wasn't even like I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it. He was looking around like all the grown men, like, man, what's wrong with y'all, bro? Man, I'm gonna whoop this dude, bro. What's wrong with y'all?
What he say?
I'm gonna whoop,
He grabbed
bro.
5
He was different.
He said, bro, he said he brought
David was different.
3 rocks, bro. He didn't even have no gun, bro.
no, bro.
Bro had 3 rocks. He didn't need no sword or nothing.
Bro.
He said, I'm about to like these.
That's where they got stolen from. They got it from David, I believe. They watched him hit blood. They was like, this might work.
You think had David not had his position, you think David could have been a serial killer?
Oh, for sure.
In today's society?
104 skins?
104 skins. Wow.
Your mind somewhere else. As you bring it up, I'm like, yeah.
No, because David was righteous.
Yeah, David wasn't
David
just the
was
type
righteous. He
just
just-
off somebody because he was really taking care of he was like a shepherd boy. So like,
what I'm getting
Had
at.
he not been righteous?
I'm just saying.
had he not
Different
been,
type of dude.
yeah, bro.
Anybody else? Yeah, for sure. But yeah, he just like it say he was a man after God's own heart. So when I say he throw it off, I wasn't saying he was evil. I'm just saying he a zealot.
He locked in.
Like he
you
locked
can't play
in.
with him.
He's not gonna play. You know
got
who he
different
remind me
mission.
of? Bro, he remind me of nah, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
And as you said,
Nope,
that Paul
nope.
is a zealot. You know, he obviously can go the extra mile.
He going the extra mile, bro.
Bishop T.D. Jakes ain't Paul. He not.
What you mean?
As I was talking about, like, all right, so like, it would be crazy to see if Bishop T.D. Jakes ever did something like, you know, the stuff with Diddy and all that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he don't had no crazy stories.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, Paul messed up, and Paul was a zealot.
Yeah,
So how much more can any other man mess up?
man. Yeah,
That's real.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, technically, the Bible is a book of everybody messing up but Jesus. That's why
Exactly.
like, we only
Right.
That's why this the only one that didn't do nothing crazy,
And he got tried.
and he got tried the whole time.
Him up, yeah.
They tried him up the whole time.
Facts.
All right, so here on the Lean Out podcast, our favorite Bible scripture is Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not on your own understanding.
Acknowledge him in all your ways.
And acknowledge him in all your ways.
And he shall direct
Your path.
Well, I was going to say direct TV, but no.
So my question to y'all is, what is y'all favorite Bible verse to go to?
I don't really have a favorite Bible verse. That's just never been a thing for me. I got favorite like books.
What's your favorite book?
Genesis.
All right, the beginning. Why Genesis?
Because it's the layout for like everything.
Is it?
Yeah, like
definitely is.
Yeah, like it. Yeah. Like that's why I say like I rock with Moses so much. Like when I think about Moses, like because it's like, all right, Lord, what should we do? Like how should we live? And when you see Genesis, also you look through all the mess ups, and if I go further, I just like even the first 5 books of the Bible, but you see all the mess ups in light of how we're supposed to live. Like Genesis brings things back to how we're supposed to be, but we overlook it. We just look at it like think about it like this: Moses had to write Genesis because Israel forgot their identity. They didn't know who they were, so Moses had to bring them back to we forgot. We've gone so far off. Well, we got to start from the beginning. Let's go from the beginning and show y'all how we're supposed to do this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like reading Genesis, because I'm like, I'm not too far-fetched to go so far off to where I'm like, oh wait, where are we at with this? We need to start up. Let me get right. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't really just do this your favorite Bible verse. I'm like, I like a particular book in mind and particular characters in mind, because I identify with that a little bit more than just the verse, you know. So
yeah, I'm very similar in that way. For me, it's the story of Joseph. The story of Joseph actually saved my life in the sense that I was going through a season of like really, really hard things. Yeah. And I went through that season. I was going through that season and I began to doubt God. Not doubt his existence, but doubt his love for me. I began to doubt God. Like, God, I must be a op because you got me going through some crazy stuff. Right? And my homeboy, I'll never forget it, my man, Pastor Blake Wilson, he had a sermon series on the story of Joseph. That sermon series changed my life, and it's because it added purpose. And it allowed, that's the thing when I see Joseph's story, is like your purpose is, like, there's trials. It's not always going to be good. It's not always going to be bad either. But it's the fact that through everything, like, God doesn't waste anything in your life. And I think that's the story of Joseph. Like, had he not been sold into slavery, had he not, been in Potiphar's house, then went to jail, that had never gave him the opportunity to be able to talk to the king, which had never been able to give him the opportunity to save the known world. Save the known world. And then not only save the known world, but save his brothers that threw him in the pit. Like, it added purpose to it. Like, it's so much purpose in that story that, like, our pain is not useless. Like, God uses our pain to mold us into who we need to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Facts, right? Genesis. Yeah, it's not useless. So then it allows me to know, like, when I'm dealing with something, like, this is not God picking on me. Which is, I think that's a lot of people's perspective about God. It's like, God just out here it's like, nah.
Everything happen to me.
Right. It's like, nah. Like, no, there's a lot of things that are happening in our life that are meant to push us into a different purpose, right? Yeah. And then there's some stuff that's just like, just human nature, and we get humans hurt humans. Like, some stuff ain't even, I think, a thing. I know there's people that believe in, like, that God orchestrates every second of the day, me drinking this water or whatever. I believe that God sets up systems, and sometimes we hurt each other within those systems, right? But that story of Joseph, bro, like, that much, anytime you feel like your pain don't have purpose, read that story, and it helps you understand.
And the reason I rock with that too is because even in both stories, God is over time constantly unraveling your purpose. And so you don't have to feel like you got to know everything all at once. You got to, I can rest in who I am today and just be like, you know what, I'm good. Like, I don't care how far this individual has gone or this individual has gone. I'm good where I'm at. because my purpose over time is unraveled. Like Moses over time began to know and understand, like, oh, I was in Egypt because God wanted me close to Israel still. You know, oh, I was in Egypt learning to manage leadership, learning how to navigate a nation of people, so that at some point it's gonna be time for me to lead a nation of people. So like I it's not all for nothing. Like God is constantly unraveling your purpose. And I think you can rest in that. You don't got to feel like, oh, because nowadays I feel like we got to be experts on everything. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not an expert in everything. I don't have all the right answers. I ain't been through everything. You know what I'm saying? And God is still showing me what my purpose is over time. And so when I think about by the time he led Israel out of Egypt, like, how old was Moses? Like 80s or something like that?
He was old.
He was older. You know what I'm saying? God still used him in that time frame. And I think sometimes I'm 35. I'm like, God, you got to do the most work right now.
Right now.
And it's like, no, it's like, bro, God is still unraveling your purpose. People thought David was an amazing musician. It's like, David is he's an amazing harp player. They could have thought like, okay, this is what he gonna do. It was like, no, David didn't intend him to just be a harp player. David gonna be a
producer.
Like
it was like David gonna be a producer making SoundCloud beats.
No, David gonna be
like, no, he actually gonna be the president.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like sometimes we can get wrapped in the here and now of, oh man, this is what I gotta do. This is only what I gotta do. And it's like, no, this is what you're doing now. God may have you do something way different or way beyond what you're doing down the road. You gotta be open to that. So that gives me rest. Like, hey, because I'm always the youngest one in my circle. I'm the baby in every circle for the most part. Even though I'm 35, I'm around people who's like 10 years older than me for the most part. So there's a lot of times for me to feel like I gotta catch up to everybody else. But God is like, no, you're good, man. Like, you good. Like, I like you where you are. You right where you are. Like, no, you're fine.
It's powerful.
It takes the pressure off me.
It's powerful. So.
And that go back to, I think, the original conversation with the OG status is like, right, I had to mess up. That was part of the plan. I had to. I couldn't even tell you the right thing to do without me messing it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, that's the beauty in it. Like, nothing was wasted. My failures were not wasted. The lessons I had to learn, and when I failed, it was not wasted.
Yeah.
Right.
Because,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it got me to this point where I can give knowledge. I can give advice, and it sound, and I know it works because I tried it the other way, and I know that don't work. So this way works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I was gonna say it'll only be wasted if you waste it. That's it.
But the only way to waste it is not to share.
That's what I'm saying. It'll only be wasted if you waste it. If you don't learn from them mistakes and you don't share them mistakes, that's the only way that it'll be wasted. You know what I mean?
But it didn't help nobody else.
Right, because you ain't help nobody else, and you ain't help yourself.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can waste it, bro. In my opinion.
All right, y'all. So I think we about to wrap the podcast up. But before we go, do y'all have any new things coming out? What y'all got going on? What can we expect from you guys?
Definitely we got some new music coming out. Some singles coming out.
Boy.
So we've been down here shooting singles on, like videos with the coldest director, Will Thomas. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
Shout
out
out to
Will.
Will Thomas.
I'm getting Will on the podcast, man. Will's coming.
Got to.
If it's anybody that need their flowers, it's Will.
It's Will Thomas.
Will done made folks look like superstar.
Yeah,
on their first video.
He pushed the boundaries, bro.
Yeah.
Will pushed the boundaries
Will need to
of
get his
culture.
flowers.
So definitely that. I'm working on Highlight Tapes Volume 2. That's about to drop very, very soon. So we got a lot of heavy hitters on that. And man, I got so much music. If you a Derek Minor fan, I know that it's felt, you know what I'm saying, like I ain't been able to give y'all the level of quantity that y'all wanted, but that's about to be fixed. Y'all gonna be sick of me pretty soon.
Yeah, this
Y'all
is
gonna be like,
Cool with that.
Is he dropping another one?
Yes.
Yes.
also Loose Cannon Volume 4
Is he dropping another
for
one?
the 15,000th time.
Right.
It's dropping. Yeah.
Oh,
So
ready.
let's get to it.
All right, y'all. And that's it with the Lean Out Podcast. I'm Deion Washington, your host with the Holy Ghost.
man, crystallized to check it in. You know what time it is? Shout out to Derek Minor. Y'all make some noise for Canon, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Lean Out.
Pray pal.
Yeah, hit us up on PrayPal.
Like, no.
'Cause
PrayPal.
we need all that.
I don't need the lightning to hit me.
Hey, what we doing, Dion?
Hey man, we just gonna trust in the Lord and lean out on our own understanding.
I'm a jet lean nut. 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 Can they say that? I'm a
We
jet
gon' do
lean
it anyway.
nut. Like for real? I'm a jet lean nut. I'm a jet lean nut.